Welcome back to the lecture of Ansible, and I am Praveen, a DevOps engineer. We have been working on Ansible, a configuration, integration, and orchestration tool since now. We had worked with various kind of Ansible playbooks. We worked with roles, we worked with modules, we worked with a certain use case. We also worked with Ansible command line usage. We started installing Ansible from scratch and developing a kind of test environment in our Eureka servers. So we are at the end of the class, and the module 9. We were trying to start to integrate Ansible and AWS. It's a part of overview. I'm not going to explain in detail because requires an advanced Ansible structures where you can just need to go through level 2 course of Ansible from Eureka. So to start on with, what we are going to do now is we are going to create IAM users in AWS. So since I have been using AWS for my Ansible infrastructure, so what we can do is just directly go here in my Ansible infrastructure here and go to IAM. I go to IAM users here and try to create one user. I am just going to show you how do Ansible communicate with AWS infrastructure. That's it. So nothing much you can expect from this course. I am not trying to install any kind of virtual machines using Ansible through AWS. I'm going to start clicking on users and create a new user. So that user will be RHEL user. So I don't want to generate access key now. Just create the user. The moment of creating the user, I click on this RHEL user. I need to assign a permission. So just follow it very fast because this is a critical part. I'm going to put administrative access. I'm going to put up API Amazon API gateway administrator access, and I'm going to just put on full access of EC2. So attach the policies. So these policies are attached. The moment I attach, I need to create an access key. I created an access key here. Show the user credentials. Copy this access key because these access keys are really required for us to integrate with AWS from Ansible. So I have the access keys ready. Done. So the step 1 is done. So import the AWS access keys to demonstrate in Ansible. We did that. Installation of AWS CLI on all client servers. I want to install AWS CLI on all client servers. I just go to my master machine here and I just use a command called ansible all -m. So I need to just see any kind of AWS it's installed or not. So yum p package equal to AWS -CLI star, or maybe CLI star state equal to latest. I'm gonna see missing host target, so -a. It's gonna try installing AWS CLI or trying to find it's available or not updated. It's not available. Okay, so AWS CLI is not available. Maybe like we need to install it from outside. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use -s to perform root operation. Okay, for AWS CLI we require a certain module and we can just take it later. So the thing is, like, I want to show you how you guys are going to communicate from AWS to an Ansible. So the next step what we're going to try now is we are going to install Git and copy the Git repository. So as the slideshow says, installation of AWS CLI on client servers is necessary only if you want try to do something from AWS in command line. But now I'm trying to install Python Boto packages and trying to get the packages from GitHub. So we already have created a security group. Let us go and create one security group with Ansible. What I'm going to do now is I go through services. I go to security groups, isn't it? So I just go to EC2 and to create security groups. Let it open. It takes some time because it's little not slow. And I'm going to security groups. I have created the security group earlier, LAMP, with inbound capability of HTTP, SSH, and HTTPS accessible from everywhere. Okay. So I have created S3 bucket. We can just go through services, go through storage and content delivery, click on S3. Let me create an S3 bucket because that is a storage where we are going to put up API files. I'm going to create an S3 bucket. Go create a bucket and it should be a unique name. So what will be the unique name? Just like FQWED bucket. That's a unique name. Just create the bucket and keep it ready. This F3 bucket is actually accessible. Go to the properties here and we are going to get an object link where we can just able to send that link to anyone and get the data transferred. This is static website hosting. We can send this link. Okay, so we are having logging facility, everything. We can start the website and send this link to anyone to put on the data. So the things which we have done now is okay, this one is already completed last session. We created IAM users and provide appropriate privileges. We imported the AWS access keys to demonstrate in Ansible. We try to install AWS CLI, but it requires Ansible AWS repositories that takes a lot of time to create. Maybe like we need to just understand how it is going to work. And we try to assign administrator access, and we will install Python Boto package. Before installing, we're gonna create security group. We did created a security group. We created the bucket. We are going to pull repositories from GitHub. So the repository says I'm going to pull this GitHub repository. What I'm going to do now is I go to my master server. I check whether Git is installed. I can see Git is installed. If it's not installed, please install Git. Okay, I'm going to just use Git clone. I'll just check my present working directory, and I'm going to use I'll create a new directory called AWS. I'm going to go to AWS already exists. I'll put AWS _1. I go to AWS _1, and I'm going to use I should create a directory, right? mkdir-p AWS _1. I go to AWS _1 and git clone, paste it. I'm going to just clone everything from AWS. I think I'm going to use Python Boto now. I'm going to copy the Python Boto package as well. The Python code Boto, configure Boto. So for that, we are going to use Python Boto package. This is the command to get the Python Boto, because Python Boto is the thing which we can communicate Ansible to Git. Okay, I'm going to clone Python Boto as well from Git. Okay, once I did that, I can see Ansible AWS EC2 on Boto is available as of now on my desktop. I go to etc Ansible Boto and move my directory from the Boto's file to this particular file. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do now is I have installed Ansible. I need to copy this file into etc Ansible directory. What I do is I go to etc Ansible directory, and I'm going to copy this particular file, home test, to my home directory. So I did copy the file, and everything is available right now. I did copy, and I need to configure Boto. We did configure Boto. So for a better understanding, there are a lot of stuff which I have done at the backend, and we can just do it easily. And I have communicated to Ansible using Boto package. Please go through Boto directory or etc Ansible, and okay, I'm gonna just use test and go to AWS _1, and I'm having Ansible provision. So this is the one, cd etc Ansible. I'm just going to copy this, copy -pr, copy this, paste this, and ec2.star permission denied, use sudo. I did copy that, and I need to configure Boto export the keys to secure stuff. So I'm going to use export Ansible host to this particular file, Ansible host to this particular file, Ansible CFG. I'm going to export Ansible host that particular file. I'm going to export the keys, secret access keys, which we taken some time back. I'm going to I have pasted those keys here. I'm going to just use those keys, secret access key. I have this key, paste it here. Export secret access key is done. Export AWS access key ID should be done to communicate with AWS network, and do the work accordingly. Just put export. We did the export, and just checking the videos, 15 minutes. Okay, so what I do is like export. I can see all my export has been done here with the key along with that of an Ansible host. So we did that, and we installed the Boto package as well. So okay, cd Ansible Boto, cd Ansible etc Boto. So cd etc Ansible, cd etc Ansible Boto. So we need to create a package for Ansible. So once we are done with, and I have the following steps which you guys can follow out with. These are the steps which we will be following out to set up a kind of Ansible to AWS integration. So when you guys follow this particular steps, then we can just try to communicate from Ansible to AWS. So that the best advice is just to make sure that you guys are clear in particular steps, and follow these steps. Try to communicate with the AWS to Ansible. The overview of what it is like is we need to create an IAM accounts. We need to create an IAM accounts, and once we create an IAM accounts, each user will have the access key, and we need to import those access keys into my Ansible machines here. And once we import the Ansible machines, we need to go to the Python boto. So just type Python boto, Python boto packages, um, Python boto documentations. Try to install the same stuff here. Go to Python interface to Amazon Web Services, and install EC2 cloud and currently shared services. Go to compute currently shared services here. Follow the steps, and you can just try launching an instance via using Python boto. So what are the steps required as I shown here? First, we need to install Ansible. I'll just write it again. Install Ansible, install Python boto, install AWS CLI on client servers. Try to set up the AWS keys, secret keys and access keys, access and secret keys. Set up S3 buckets for data transfer. Set up security keys. So if you all want to understand how to communicate, how Ansible communicates with AWS CI and CD, please make sure that there will be a project with Eureka, and try to learn from the project. There it has a clear cut steps and definitions. Once you try all the modules, so make sure that you go through modules from module 1 to module 8 before trying to integrate with Amazon Web Services and Ansible. So integrating AWS with Ansible. I am Praveen, and thank you for listening to this Ansible course from module 1 to module 9, and glad to inform that I work with Eureka. Thank you all. So let me know if you guys have any questions and any doubts. Thank you once again. So in a nutshell, we have just did try to install Ansible, try to work on with Ansible from scratch. We build a servers. We try to install Ansible from scratch, build a servers, build a test environment. We learned on playbooks, we learned on modules, we learned on roles, we learned on Ansible command line usage. We learned a particular use case where we can deploy websites at different nodes at part of the maintenance, and we try to learn on AWS overview, how the overview of AWS can be used to connect from Ansible to the AWS network. So you can always contact Eureka for any case of help and deployment issues. We all have a lab setup done, and follow up the questions and answers module as well. Thank you so much.